Good evening, all you sim race fans out there, and welcome to BRL TV's Round 9 coverage of the Bootleg Racing League Street Stock Series Season 27. I am Ryan Seneker, and joining me up in the booth, as always, is Matt Hoos, and we are gifted to be joined by Elliot Lang as well. We're coming to you live tonight from the virtual Hickory Motor Speedway located in Hickory, North Carolina, and we thank you for joining us on this Friday evening, August 25th, 2023. Back in 1994, a racing revolution was born known as the Bootleg Racing Series. Powered by Papyrus sim racing software and fueled by the thrill of short track racing, BRS burst onto the scene, leaving tire tracks of excitement in its wake. But when the curtains fell on Papyrus, the heart-pounding action of BRS seemed destined to fade away. However, like a phoenix rising from the ashes, the series returned with a vengeance in 2013, emerging as the all-new Bootleg Racing League, ready to dominate the sim racing world once again. Now embracing the iRacing platform, BRL unleashed its full potential, taking on the most iconic American short tracks with a renewed passion. And that brings us to where we find ourselves tonight. Hickory Motor Speedway was opened back in 1951 and is often referred to as the world's most famous short track, as well as the birthplace of the NASCAR stars. As with most short tracks, Hickory started off as a quarter-mile dirt oval and was reconfigured to a paved oval in 1967. Then, in 1970, the track was shortened to the 3/8 of a mile that we see today. Turns 1 and 2 are banked at 14 degrees, turns 3 and 4 banked at 12 degrees, and the straights are set at 8 degrees of banking. As always, tonight's starting grid will be determined by a 15-car inversion based on lap speed's finishing order. That means the top finishers from the previous race will have to work their way up through the field. There are also no fast repairs, no tire changes, so the drivers will take care of their equipment as the night goes on. And lastly, this season brought the addition of a single green-white checkered attempt. If the caution flag is displayed at the end of the night, the race will be extended for a thrilling shootout to the checkered flag. And now, with all the formalities out of the way, welcome again to Hickory and into the world of BRL, where speed is king and victory is your ultimate prize. So Matt, what are we expecting to see here tonight?
Well, Ryan, good to be with you and the people out there watching this tonight. Tonight's going to be, as always, a good race with the BRL guys at such a historical track that we're at tonight. And I think we're going to see a little bit of side-by-side, a little bit of bumping going on. It's typically a one-groove track, as a lot of our other tracks are, but tonight will be seen, remain to be seen.
It's definitely a bumpy boy, as some would say. There will be a lot of problems here controlling it down the straights and keeping it in a straight line especially on the front straight.
Quickly take you all through the points. Jeffrey Harden continues to dominate the point standing with his consistent podium finishes every week. John Wilson follows 14 points behind in second place. Segala rounds out the top three with 248 points, but is well out of contention for the championship at this point in the season. Thomas Hilbert has been having a solid season and is keeping the pressure up on Segala if he wants to hold on to that third spot in the end. Ryan Johnson and Lewis Flowers have only 1 point between them, running in 5th and 6th. Donnie Moore, well, Donnie's had some disappointing finishes and currently sits back in 7th with J.R. Shepard in 8th. Shepard is only committed to a part-time schedule this season and could potentially fall further back in the order through the final rounds. Marino Valente and Steve Hilbert round out the top 10 going into the 9th round tonight.
Anyway. Yeah, Ryan, talking about the points there, mainly it's coming down to the top two there, John and Jeff, but a lot can change. It just takes one race to have a bad finish. So far, Harden has not had that, but he's had a lot of good luck. If he has one bad race, John has been coming on strong.
Well, you're not wrong, and there are 15 cars on the grid right now. That means if something does happen to Harden, he does get wrecked out early enough in the race and finishes dead last, well, the points lead goes to John Wilson. And now let me quickly take you through our starting order as the drivers pop into existence. Donnie Moore in the 26, he is on your pole tonight with Ray Andrews, who is outside. Bruce Pearson, always fast, number 22. Well, he's going to start in 3rd spot with Michaela Steffies to his outside in 4th. Tom Hilbert is going to be in 5th with Justin Walbring in 6th. Steve Hilbert 7th. Brandon Litz in 8th. Further back, we have Brian Johnson, the 00. Love saying that. He's going to be starting tonight in 9th. Chris Hazlip to his outside. Row number 6, they'll have Marino Valente and Jeffrey Harden, our points leader, running in 12th. John Wilson second in the points. Well, he'll be starting from 13th with Joe Segala to his outside. And Chris Davis tonight rounds out the 15-car field. Good to have Chris Davis back.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it's good to see Chris in the field. You know, Elliot touched on this. This track is really rough, and which is going to make these double file restarts a little bit treacherous because you're going to be on that bottom, and if you get a little bit, you know, hit the bump just wrong, it can force that car to push up into the guy on the high side. So it's going to be interesting here until we get going green here.
Oh, especially toward the end of the run when your tires get some heat in them, they start to get a little slick, and now you're really pushing because the pay window is opened. I see a lot of people bouncing up into the cars so they're outside. All right, pace car is about to peel off. It'll be on the 26th Donnie Moore to kick off tonight's excitement. And there he goes. Gets on the lapel very early. A great jump from Donnie Moore. Ray Andrews holds on to the second spot, but for how long? As that is Bruce Pearson to his inside, number 22. Andrews trying to battle back from the outside, but it doesn't look like it's going to work. 22 takes that spot, 51 slide back into third. Tom Hilbert holding on to that fourth spot ahead of his brother Steve. And then we have another side-by-side. That is Steffi's to the outside of the double O, Brian Johnson.
Brian Johnson there gained 4 spots in that first lap. 2 of them in turn 2 alone.
You see a little wiggle there of the 99 of Brandon Litson. Looks like we've had some incident in the back involving
and in the front there,
no caution.
The 52.
Yep, there the caution comes out. It looks like it initially involved the 81 of Joe Segala. Let's see if we can bring that up. Here you see the 81 in the back. The 93 getting split there. That is Chris Hazlip getting a little crazy as people are trying to get positions. A little tap there from the 1. Who's driving the 1? I don't know who's in that car.
Who is that? I think that's the 7 of Chris Davis.
We're kind of lost here. I don't see a 1 even in the field.
Oh, no.
It is the 7.
No, the 7's to the inside. Who is in the 1? The Pizza Hut car. I have no idea who that is.
That would be Justin Walbring for some reason. Should be in the 27, but he's in the 1 there. Looks like.
Well, a little tap from Justin. Got into Chris Hazlip, sent Hazlip down into Segala. Very bad luck for both those drivers. Luckily, the caution did come out, so they're not going to go a lap down. But there might be significant damage, and as we've said, there are no fast repairs in the BRL, so hopefully it's not day-ending damage.
Right before that caution came out, the 61 and 52 out of coming together up at the front in turn 4.
Oh, you're right. Let's bring that one up while we have a hot second. There you see the 52 in the back, 61 right ahead of him. 52 tries to go low. And just some brotherly love there as Steve gets sent into the outside wall. A Hilbert family feud.
Yeah, I'm honestly surprised there wasn't a caution before that because before, while you were watching up front, there was 2 or 3 cars back there going 3 wide for the first couple laps.
And some information on that 27-1 debacle. It seems to be just a mistake with not changing your iRacing number to your custom number on your livery.
Well, now we know who it is. That is the number 27 in disguise. That's Justin Walbring. He's incognito.
Yeah, Pizza Hut is undercover.
All right, Donnie Moore is still your leader. Bruce Pearson to his outside for this restart. Pace car has peeled off. Another early jump from Donnie Moore, but Pearson anticipated and stayed alongside. Looks like he's going to slide into second spot. Ray Andrews holding on to third. Further back, it looks like the double O is going to secure fourth place with Tom Hilbert and Brandon Litz battling side by side over fifth. Behind them, you see the 53 of Marino Valente trying to get his nose in there, but not able to do so. And that is Brandon Litz now stuck on the outside and going to be bleeding spots real bad here in a second.
He's holding on to it. He actually initiated that outside move.
Of the 15 cars that started this race, 14 are still in the lead lap. Steve Herbert, the only one to lap down and just pulled back down pit road as there is just too much damage to drive. He's opting to sit the rest of this race out, looks like. Brian Johnson looking to take another spot away as he gets to the inside of Ray Andrews. This is the battle for third spot. And right behind them, you see the 61 of Tom Hilbert. And Marino Valente goes around on the front stretch. Caution is out. And that is one crumpled car.
Double zero of Brian Johnson just barely missed that third spot before the caution.
All right, taking a look at what happened with the 53. That is Valente right there, right behind the 99 of Litz. And goes inside. That is John Wilson. Looks like a little miscommunication there, trying to share lines, and it didn't work. Unfortunately for Valente.
Looks like Valente got a little loose to me on exit and came down in front of John there, and I think John didn't have anywhere to go.
Let's see if we can get a better overhead shot there. You see the 75 of John Wilson going to the inside. The 53 of Valente up high. You're right. He did get loose and had to chase it down the track, and John just happened to be there. Good eye, man.
Of course I'm right. Yeah, of course I'm right.
Oh, sorry.
I think part of that was responsible to those bumps because it is so hard to get traction there once you get loose on the front straight. You're just in the air for half the time.
That could very well be much of it. Looked like he might have just got the throttle a little too quick. Some bumps might have helped the situation or hurt it, really. And it ended with Valente going to the back of the field with significant damage. Valente now down pit road. Up down, Steve Hilbert. He is multiple laps down, but he is back out on track.
You know, it's unfortunate to see for Valente because he's one of them fast guys. He just cannot get luck on his side. He cannot finish one of these things.
Yeah, he definitely has speed in the car. He just cannot catch a break. Always ends up being in the wrong place at the wrong time, and that just happened again. All right, Donnie Moore, Bruce Pearson, Ray Andrews on the podium. Brian Johnson, Tom Hilbert rounding out the top 5. 15 laps in the books. Lights in the pace car are still on, so we'll come around at least one more full time.
These past few weeks, Brian Johnson, the double zero there, has been showing some real pace, and he has been fighting through the field. We're only like 10 laps into this race. 15, actually, and he has already made up, what is it, 4, 5 spots?
Yeah, Johnson's up 5 spots right now. The big mover is a tie between John Wilson and Chris Davis, teammates, ironically, both up 6 spots each. Lights in the pace car are off, coming around turns 1 and 2. There you see the field starting to double up. This time by the green flag will drop, starting lap number 17 of 50. Donnie Moore still your leader. And as we often say about the veteran Donnie Moore, once he's out front, his car is magically 3 times as wide as a standard stock. There you see a great jump from the 26 as he clears on the lead. Now there's a battle for second. A little contact between Pearson and Andrews. Andrews down the grass. Caution did not come out. Andrews still trying to recover. That is unfortunate for the 51. Pearson up to second. Brian Johnson just got handed that final podium spot. Brandon Litz doing a great job holding on to 4th. Litz has been kind of known to burn his stuff up, though, so we'll see how long he can run. Maybe he's learned a little bit from the previous rounds.
Hopefully he has, because he has been showing real pace in the beginning stages of every race.
All right, John Wilson just moved up to the 5th spot, taken away from Tom Hilbert, and right behind them, that is your points there, Jeffrey Harden. And Harden knows, as he's said many times, as we have another big accident.
Run straight between Joe Segala and Michaela Steffs in the 49 and 81.
Yeah,
Joe.
Segala and Steffs. Joe just cannot outrun that bad luck of his. There you see the 81 down low, Steffs up high.
Steffs got real loose and just tapped the 81, sending them both into the wall.
Well, that's unfortunate. You saw Steffs get loose, but she had it saved. Practically, she just wasn't all the way up to the wall. She had it straightened back out, but didn't have time to get back up to the wall. And I think Joe made the mistake of just assuming she had a good exit. And he kind of pulled up into her while she was lower than she should have been. So, no splitting hairs here. Just a racing incident. It happens. All right, we're almost to the halfway point of the night. Donnie Moore still your leader. Pearson and Johnson your podium. John Wilson just moved up to take away that final top 5. He is the big mover now, up 8 spots. Normally I'd say let's pull up someone and talk to him, but these pace laps go by so quick at this tiny little track, we won't have time for a question.
As we saw there just a minute ago, Marino Valente in 53 getting back on that lead lap.
Yep, he is back in the lead lap. Steve Hilbert back down the pits, maybe getting more damage fixed.
See right now, John Wilson just trying to hang on to that spot in front of Harden because I mean, yeah, it's only one position, but that's how you're going to have a chance. You gotta stay ahead of Harden.
Yeah, and as we were saying before the incident, Harden already said many times to us that his whole mentality is just points at this stage. He doesn't care if he wins. He doesn't care if he podiums. He just wants a good points run. Yeah. So, he's out there just trying to stay out of trouble, avoid the incidents, keep John Wilson nearby, just so he can hold on to that championship.
I'm interested to see what Brandon Litz in the 99 will do there, because these cautions will be helping him keep his tires cool, and maybe he won't be dropping back towards the end like he has in past weeks.
This outside hasn't worked yet in the street stock tonight. I've seen all the drivers on the outside quickly try to tuck inside, but maybe he'll be the first one to find something out there. Donnie Moore, Bruce Pearson in your front row, Brian Johnson, Brandon Litz, row number 2. Another quick jump from the 26. As Donnie Moore screaming out the lead. Looks like Bruce Pearson's going to secure that second spot ahead of Johnson. And we have a side-by-side battle. That is Wilson getting underneath and around Brandon Litz. Wilson now up to 4th. And now here comes your points leader, the 36, Jeffrey Harden, taking away the top 5 as Litz goes way up the track. Might have got a little elbow there from Harden.
Indeed he did. Oh, right up to the 93 there. Goes Brandon Litz.
Yeah, it looks like Litz was trying to diamond off the corner. The 92 is drifting up a little bit. Luckily, they missed each other. And we stay green. We are now in the second half of this event. Further back, a lot of action. That is Ray Andrews. He is in a battle with Marino Valente, who already got back up into the top 10. Justin Walbring, Michaela Steffes, and Joe Segala.
Once again, Brandon Litz is right back up to the 36 of Jeffrey Harden. There's been a great recovery by Brandon Litz in the 99.
See, right now, a little bit of strategy comes in here. We've had a lot of cautions, so John cannot be content with staying in 4th. He's got to get to 3rd because you don't want to start on the outside, so you need to play the odds number throughout this race, the way it's looking with the cautions we've been having.
Yeah, and don't look now. We're going into 20 to go, and Chris Davis, Mr. Aggressive himself, he is quickly climbing up through the field. He is up to 7th, and he is aggressively pushing for positions.
Yeah, Chris is always entertaining to watch. If there's nothing going on, you can always focus on Chris, and you'll probably see something.
All right, back up front. Take a quick look at the leaders. Donnie Moore still holding on to the lead, but Bruce Pearson has not let him get away. Pearson is very quick in these street stocks. You can never count the 22 out for long. And he is stalking Donnie Moore right now.
You talk about the battle of the wide cars right now. Them two up front. They both run their lines. They're both good and they're both fast. But they know how to make the cars wide. Not to block, but just to take your line away.
Well, that's really the name of the game on these short tracks, taking away the other driver's line. If he can't run where he's comfortable, he's going to lose a lot of pace. And sometimes that's all you need to do to hold on to your position.
Here comes Davis. He's getting by Litz right now.
Yep, Davis up to 6th.
Further up, Brian Johnson is being swamped by the 36 and 75. He got on the wall there on the front straight last lap, and is just bleeding positions now.
All right, that puts John Wilson 2nd in the points up on the podium. Directly behind him is the points leader, Jeffrey Harden. And Brian Johnson looks like he's going to try to slot back into 5th, but too little, too late. Here comes Mr. Aggressive. He wants that top 5. Looks like Double O is going to hold the position, but for how long with Chris Davis on your bumper? Oh, as Davis goes dirt tracking it around the corner there.
Beautiful save.
That can't be good for your tires, but he does save it, and he keeps running straight-ish.
Yeah, that's straight for Chris.
As we just saw someone come down pit road, that is Justin Walbring. He didn't come down pit road. He went down the grass and towed. Apparently, he's not having the race he wanted. He's opting out.
The 27, a.k.a. the one, still not sure which we're going by, yeah, is in the pits.
I'm just going with Justin.
See, I am getting word on that he had changed his number to the 1, so it's just not officially done yet. So he will be the 1 next week.
Okay, so he changed his number, and the admins are slacking. Got it.
Correct.
I also got some word pre-race that Brian Johnson, the Double O, he is saying that this is one of his worst tracks.
I think Hickory is one of everyone's worst tracks, just for how rough of a track it is, especially tomorrow night when we get to see the legends tackle this thing. Can you imagine just the straight whiplash you'll walk away from after racing a legend here?
Yeah, at least the street stocks here have suspension.
All right, 10 laps to go. Donnie Moore still in the lead, still closely followed by Bruce Pearson in the 22. Pearson not leaving him alone, keeping the pressure high, but here comes the 75 of John Wilson. In tow is Jeffrey Harden, the points leader, with Brian Johnson rounding out your top 5. And it looks like we have an incident with Valente. No caution yet. I don't believe there's going to be one as he is moving again. Let's see what happened.
Once again, the 75 getting loose on the exit, but saving it beautifully.
Looks like the 53 lost it on his own, tried to save it. Oh, almost went back up the track. That would have been a problem, as there is the 81 of Joe Segala coming into the picture. Nice recovery, though, and he continued to run. No caution.
Yeah, it was a good job by Valente locking it down to keep it from taking out some other drivers.
Oh, and there he goes doing it again. This time the caution did come out. He did it right in front of the leaders.
Yeah, you know, I was going to say, with that, he made his tires hot, so I'd be a little nervous to be the leaders behind him at that point because I was afraid that was going to happen.
Yeah, after a spin like that, especially locking it down, those tires are going to be really, really hot. And that means the next few laps, you kind of have to baby them, or that is exactly what you'll have.
I will say that this caution definitely will help the guys in 4th and 5th there catch up to the leaders.
Yeah, now you'll notice here we're gonna have us a battle. We got closed up here. We're gonna have like 2 or 3 laps to go. You got John Wilson, who's had an excellent run. He's gonna be restarting 3rd on the inside, and then you got your points leader on the outside in 4th. So this is gonna be an interesting restart here.
Now, I think this is going to test the patience of Jeffrey Harden. He's always known as the quiet, calculating driver, but I don't think he's going to be willing to let Chris Davis or Brian Johnson one-up him here when the points lead is between him and Wilson. I believe this will be a green-white checkered as well.
Yeah, just looking at the 00 of Brian Johnson here under caution, he's doing some advanced tire cooling and just hugging the outside here under caution.
Well, that may cool your tires, but that will also get the marbles up in your tires, and that could be a problem.
I was just going to say, in iRacing, you can pick up marbles, and so he's picking up a lot of rubber there. So he could be really loose going into 1. That could be a mistake.
Yeah, if he doesn't scrub out before the green flag drops, he could find a serious loose car as he gets back up to speed.
He will be on the inside, though, for this restart.
Could be bad news for the guy on the outside.
Very much so. All right, lights on the pace car. This will be a green-white checkered finish. That means if they get another incident before the white flag comes out, it will end under caution. And I think the way he's been running tonight, that means Moore is going to clinch it.
Here we go. This is going to be interesting.
Yep.
Donnie Moore, Bruce Pearson still on your front row. Jeffrey Harden and John Wilson, who thought they'd be next to each other for a restart at the end. Coming around to start lap number 50.
Brian Johnson got the jump there on the 36, back up into 4th.
It looks like Harden missed a shift or something almost.
Yeah.
It's very easy to do in these cars. It's unfortunate for him, but still a decent points run if he holds on to where he is. He's running 5th currently.
Yeah, he just needs to be concerned with that. Just finish it with it pointed in the right direction.
He closed the door on Davis. He is holding on to 5th. Donnie Moore still your leader. White flag in the air. Bruce Pearson not enough time to really make anything of it at this point. As the 26 comes around to clinch another win this season in the street stock. That is the 26 of Donnie Moore, Thunder Ridge Racing.
Bad news for the 00. Spun on the final corner trying to catch up to the 75. Will be finishing last on the lead lap.
Dang those marbles.
He held onto it there. He was putting some good ground on the 75. Just almost spun him multiple times there into 1 and 3. But just glossed it in 4.
Well, that'll definitely hurt his points tonight.
Yep.
You should have listened to the race announcers. Come on, Brian. All right, with that, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to let iRacing timing scoring get all caught up. We'll come back, go over your official race results, and talk to your podium finishers. Don't go far. And welcome back to Round 9, Season 27 with the Bootleg Racing League Street Stock Series. Tonight's big winner is Donnie Moore. Thunder Ridge Racing led the majority of the race and held it all the way, but he was not without challenges. Bruce Pearson came home in second, but was right on the heels of Moore all night long. John Wilson second in the points still, but did steal that last podium position to come home in third. Jeffrey Harden, your points leader, came home tonight in fourth. Always consistent, Jeffrey Harden. Brandon Litz in the 99 held on to fifth place to round out your top five. Chris Davis up 9 spots to finish in sixth. Great run for Chris. Good to have him back. Chris Hazlett, another great night for him as he comes home in seventh. Michaela Cephas, a good run for her tonight as she was down from where she started, but she finished in eighth. Good top 10 finish. Tom Hilbert and Joe Segala do round out your top 10 tonight. Back in 11th, that is Ray Andrews. He had a little trouble there at the end and finished further back than he wanted to, I'm sure. And in 12th, that is the double O of Brian Johnson, who ran into trouble in the last lap and fell back to the lead lap. Now finishing further back in the order outside of the lead lap, that'd be Marino Valente, came home 8 laps down. Justin Walbring, rough night for him as he finished 15 laps down. And Steve Hilbert, after some brotherly love out there, he's going to come home 36 laps down, rounding out the 15-car field. And with that,
starting on a pole. That's a big advantage.
yeah, there you go. How was Hickory treating you? How was the car loose, tight situation?
Man, the car was a handful. If you got in a little too hot, boy, you were going to go sideways. I had to be very just tiptoe around there.
Well, a good solid run. Did you think at any point Pearson was going to have anything for you?
Yeah, I don't know. But hats off to him for racing me clean. Good run by him and John Wilson as well. Yeah, it's okay. It's all right, Ryan. I think Ryan Lowell putting this all together. You, Ryan, and that's it, man. Thanks.
All right, great run, Donnie. We'll see you down the road, man.
Thanks.
It appears that we did have Bruce Pearson, but I will do second place in the points. All right, John. How was that race for you? What was your opinion of that?
It went not too bad for a night I didn't think I was going to make it. I was supposed to be working overtime, but that job got canceled, so I was glad to be able to come out and run again.
Yeah, definitely. You right at the end there, you got up into the podium places. What was your mindset there, trying to get past who is it, Brian in the double O?
Just be patient. Maybe wait for him to slide up, and if I had an opening, I was going to take it. And I think he got into the outside wall a little bit, and that gave me an opening to try and stick my nose in there.
Yeah, definitely. And right at the end, you were holding him off on the last lap. Did you see in your mirrors like what was going on behind you?
Not really. I try to kind of not really look in the mirror. Just concentrate on what's out in front of me and keep the car going in a straight line.
Yeah. And early on in the race, you were keeping it somewhat clean, if I remember, but you were just making your way up through the field.
Yeah, just being patient, and you kind of have to in this league. Be patient and wait for guys, because sometimes you're not going to see them make a mistake. It just depends on who you're running around and how long you've been running with them.
All right, yeah. Anyone you would like to thank here for this podium?
Oh yeah, I got to thank your booth mate there, Matt Hoos, and you and Ryan for the things you guys do up in the broadcast booth. It's always awesome to go back and watch the races and hear you guys' insight. I got to thank my teammate Chris Davis at Team CDR. He's been helping me a lot. And I got to thank Lowell, of course, for putting the league on and giving us a place to run.
Yeah, definitely. Ryan, do you have anything here for your third place finisher and second in points, John Wilson?
Well, no, John, it's worth noting you are the big mover tonight. You're up 10 spots from where you started, so great run, and we'll see you in 2 weeks in North Wilkesboro.
Thank you, buddy. Yeah, we'll see what we can do.
And with that, we're going to go ahead and wrap this show up. If you like what you saw here tonight, well, we'll be back tomorrow night for the Sportsman Series. They're going to be right back here at Hickory. As we mentioned, this will be the 4th round for the Legends. They'll be going live at 7:15 p.m. Eastern. The Street Stock Series, this show you just watched, well, we'll be back in 2 weeks after the Labor Day weekend, September 8th, 7:10 p.m. Eastern from North Wilkesboro Speedway. That'll be round 10 of 11, so mark your calendars. Everything you've seen and heard here tonight was made possible by the Skidder Creek Motorsports Group, home to the Bootleg Racing League, the GT Racing League, Thunder Ridge Racing, the Virtual Group Network, and more. For more information, visit them over at skiddercreek.com. This has been a production of BRL TV, a broadcasting service aimed at giving up-and-coming commentators and directors a place to get their feet wet in the world of sim race broadcasting. If you've ever wondered if you have what it takes to broadcast live races, this is your chance to get some experience with no pressure. If interested in getting in on the fun, visit bootlegracingleague.com to find out how. Now, from all of us here on the BRL TV crew, myself, Matt Hoos, Elliot Lang, Lowell Jewell, until next time, thanks for watching and have a great night.
Night, y'all.